Rational function is a function represented by an equation in which the denominator has a literal and a variable. To make a rational function operation and its corresponding graph, you first have to check one thing. Other than the denominator being x, it must have a number. With this knowledge, when we check the result, it should not give us 0. This is because it is impossible to divide when the denominator is 0. With what was previously declared, here's what an example of a rational function operation is. To find the result of this operation, we must find what the x and y axis limits are. To do this, we must grab the denominator and clear x, thus finding its value. After this, we're going to find y. For this, we're going to use this formula right here. The numerator coefficient right here, divided by the denominator's coefficient right here. The coefficient is the number that accompanies the x of the numerator and the denominator. So for example, we have 2 here. We have a invisible 1 here. So we'd put this like that. Once we have those two results, we have to make a graph. As you can see, on the x-axis, there's a line on the third coordinate right here. This means that the graph will not go beyond that line, and the same goes for the y-axis since the result they gave us was 2. This means that the graph can appear here, 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 or here. Subsequently, we must calculate the distance the graph will go to touch the x and y axis. First, we're going to see at what point of the x-axis the graph is going to touch. Here, we have the numerator, and we substitute it so that it gives us a division. So we start out, 5 equals 2x, and then we take that 2 and divide that 5 by 2, so x equals 5 divided by 2. Once we divide it, we mark it on the graph. And if we mark it on the graph, it'll be right here. We're going to do something similar with y. We're going to take the whole formula here. And we're going to put x as 0. So we get this division right here. Now if we go back to the graph, we put our division that we just got right here. Next, we have to make a table with the values we want for x. For that, we have to take the first value of the table into account, which is 1. What we have to do is replace x with 1, and so we perform the operation for y. With the 1.5 we just got, we mark it on the chart here. And we continue doing this formula with the rest of the numbers on the chart. We then mark these coordinates on the graph and connect them. And that's it.